What up, y'all? It's your man Patience, and listen, I'ma definitely need you guys to hold my mule on this one. All right, y'all. Tye Tribbett. Now, I'm not gonna say a lot on this video because I want you guys to hear it directly from him. What it's like to be in the gospel music industry. He says out of his own mouth, it is not an industry that was created to glorify God, although God can be glorified in it. But I just want to take this time to say, guys, go ahead, hit the subscribe button right now if you're listening. Also hit the notification bell so you guys can keep up with everything that I've posted on this channel. And I want you guys to go ahead and listen to Tye Tribbett. Listen up.
You know, I just got off the phone, business call, and I'm just talking the air out a little bit. I got a single coming out. Well, I want to put a single out there I'm very, very excited about. I've been off the music scene for a little while. I feel like I've been off the music scene for a little while, and partially for reasons like this. So I've been off the music scene for a little bit now. I'm excited to kind of come back and give this single. I'm excited about this song. I feel like it fits the times. I feel like it's encouraging and inspiring and uplifting, and I want to not make y'all, but help y'all dance a little bit through this pandemic. Bring a little joy in your homes, bring a little dance, and an encouraging word. That was the purpose of it. I used whatever resources I had. I don't got my band here, I don't got my singers here, so I just, the sound is what it is. It's kind of like work it out type thing. But I just got off the call with business call, and it's like, I'm not selling out, y'all, I'm sorry. It's like, yo, your song is hot, da, da, da. If you do this, we can get you. I was like, yo, man. I was like, nah. I literally just hung up on the call. I literally like, hey, y'all, I can't do this right now. I know it's really all about the money. And I ain't selling out like that, you know. So what I mean all about the money is, like, if you got money, you can get certain platforms. Period. If not, you got to do certain things to get that platform and make certain compromises. I don't got the money other people got. Well, let's just say I'm not willing to use the money I've got for that. That's what I mean by I'm not selling out. I ain't doing that. Nope. I'll pay my bills with my money. I'll help the church and the people. No, I'm not that ambitious. I don't need it that bad. The song is going to come out. It's going to do what it's going to do. But I can't compromise, man. I can't sell out. I just can't believe. I can't believe this is why my head was in the sands of Orlando and Live Church. Like, I can't, the industry, I can't do it. It's not godly. God didn't establish the music industry. He didn't establish the gospel music industry. It's an industry. It's just, and to make music and to use the gift God gave you and you put all your blood, sweat, and tears. I know I sound like every other artist, but you put your blood, sweat, and tears into it. You put excellence into it. You know what I mean? The Lord gives you a gift, and you want to give it back to Him and point it back to Him. Then you got to place this baby on a song into the hands of the God who's in the free. It's like, yo. And I'm not just talking mainstream. I mean, even the gospel music industry is not God established. Though He is glorified, He didn't establish it. Just like He might not have established your job, but He can get glory at your place of work. It's the same thing. But to put these songs into the hands of that, if you guys hear, whether you hear it or not, it's based on these powers that be, or what? I don't know. I'm just rambling. I know I'm frustrated, but what's up, homie? You good? You good? My bad. Alright. Y'all getting it done, bro? Alright, I'm happy about that. I'm excited about the single, y'all. I just want y'all to dance and be encouraged. I don't care if it's like a TikTok thing. I don't care about what the world considers success anymore. I will just be on this level for the rest of my life, and others that are willing to do what it takes to get there, they'll be the ones that go up. And that's not everybody. Some people do got pure hearts, and some people do got like, yo, that type of favor from God where they excel without having to compromise. I have been one that have been able to excel without compromising to this level. And the other levels that you get, like the big, what people would consider big things, or why gospel music is here, it seems like mainstream music is there, I'm not willing to do it. I'm not willing to do it. So if I'm gonna stay on this level for the rest of my life, let me recline. I'm not doing it. If my music is not good enough to be placed certain places, hallelujah. It is not for that. I do it to the glory of the Lord, and I do it to encourage and inspire people. Everybody wants success, even what the world considers success. Everybody knowing your name, everybody knowing your song, everybody enjoying your music. Yeah, that's everybody will want that. If you write music and make music, you want as much ears as possible to hear it and enjoy it. But I'm just realizing it's not the reality all the time. You know what I mean? And of course, everybody's not gonna know everybody. Anyway, I'm not doing it, y'all. I'm not selling out. I can't do it. If you do this, then it could get played. Is the song good or not? If you do that, do you like the song or not? If you do people like the song? Let them hear it first before you make me adjust. Like, yo, if you do this, Ty, if you be this, if you, nah, no, not doing it. Nope. But if I had the money, I could pay for that platform. But I'm good on that. Well, I'm gonna stop saying if I had the money. Thank God I got a couple of pennies. But if I had the money for that, I'm not using my money for that. That's what I'm saying. Not doing it. I'm not doing it, y'all. And y'all pray for people, man. I mean, it's a crazy dance. It's a crazy dance to hold on to your integrity, to hold on to your convictions, and then to be in this world but not of it. It's a challenge to not be of it. Depends on how ambitious you are. It depends on how much you desire it. Nah, I don't desire it that bad. I'm good. I don't desire it that bad. If I desire anything, it's for people to know the song and hear it and to enjoy it and be encouraged by it and their hearts turn to God from it. Period. So, and it ain't about money to me. It ain't about making the money to me. Think of that too. Do anything for my man, please. If you really knew, you tuck your tail as well. But I just got frustrated. I just hung up that call and was like, no, they still on there talking right now, y'all. I was like, nah, I'm out. Y'all got that. I'm not selling out. I'm not doing that. And people know, artists know what I'm talking about. Labels know what I'm talking about. PR, everybody who's in the industry know what I'm talking about. And I'm not hating on nobody. I'm just not willing to do certain things. That's all. So I love y'all. Enjoy it. I don't know how long I'm going to be in this music industry. If it continues, this is built on what it's built on. I don't know. I got to find another way to move. I got to find another way to do it. I thank God for new godly partnerships like TBN and things of that nature. But I'm going to be wise as a serpent because I'm in this world and I'm not of it. And I'm going to use bait. To be fishers of men, you got to understand bait. You got to understand that. I don't know no fisherman that eats their bait. We don't like it. We don't like worms. That's for who we trying to catch. That ain't for us. So I understand that too. I understand that level of compromise where I will give you a little bit of what you are accustomed to just to hook you and get you onto my boat. I understand that. I believe my sound is the bait. Like when you hear the sound of this new song, that's as far as I'm as far as bait. The sound, how it feels, is like, whoa. And then if you get hooked or not, that's the bait I'm using. So, you know, I understand that bait is not something that we, enjoy ourselves completely. But we use that to catch those who do. But not to that degree. Not to the degree I was offering today. The offer I was made today, I was like, nah. And it kept coming back like, well, nah. Well, no, that's like demonic, yo. Then it's,
Right here, crusty, sandpaper. You don't want that. Get something better for your skin.
I finally decided to do it. I upgraded my soap. I'm about to be a new man after this.
You can.
Well, you actually had a group of people in that prison system that actually believed in you and actually saw potential in you. So when it got to your 18th birthday, I guess the courts wanted you to go to adult prison, but a group of people in the juvenile system spoke on your behalf.
Yeah, the state of Texas recommendation was for me to be transferred to the adult prison system on my 18th birthday. I was considered the worst of the worst. I had convinced these motherfuckers that I was this crip motherfucker. Man, I put on the show. That's all I can say. Man, I convinced the state of Texas that I was one of the worst children that they had ever seen that come through their juvenile system. It was documented that if they had released me on my 18th birthday, I would have committed another murder. I'm making these bold claims to the psychiatrist, to the psychologist. I'm hollering crip for life. I done told my mama crip for life, but my mother would always say, son, God got the final say so. Man, mama, these white folks say I'm going to prison. So for 3 years straight, man, that's all I heard, man, you going to prison. So when it was finally time for me to go to court, man, to my transfer hearing, the state had a strong recommendation. I earned that recommendation, and I should have been. But there was 4 individuals who worked on my dorm. We called them house parents back then. Today they're called juvenile correction officers. I was taught, man, I was raised, I was trust white people, and I was taught that. Man, all of my crimes prior to me joining the gang have always been predicated to white people. I thought you rob white people. I thought, man, this is what we do. You snatch a white man's purse. You don't snatch it, so this is you break in your white friend's house. So this is what I thought. I grew up believing this, right? So I set out to be a racist kid, right? We fought Mexicans, we fought Asians, and we fought white folks. So when I get to gang shit, I still have the belief that I was taught family, man, you don't trust these white people. But through my experience through the juvenile system, I had a white probation officer, Kelly Willis. I had a white judge, Judge Gene Boyd, Judge Scott Moore. I had a white attorney, Carl Mallon. So I'm still got the notion, man, you don't trust these white folks, they work for the system. Well, these 2 white women, Miss Pumper, Belinda Jean Pumper, she looked racist. Donna DeRocha, little short lady, she was my caseworker, but she oversees my file. I didn't trust white people. These 2 white people put their jobs on the line to come back and testify on my behalf. I resented black men because I grew up without a father. A black man couldn't tell me shit. A black boy could, a black woman could, but a black man can't tell me a motherfucking thing. I ain't grew up without no man telling me shit. So here it is, I got 2 white women, something that I was taught not to trust. Now I got 2 black men, Mr. Nelson and Mr. Matt. So I got these 4 workers that work for the state. Now the state is saying, hey, this kid needs to go to prison. He's one of our worst. They went against their employer, so they put their jobs on hold. Then they had to travel 4 hours back from Giddings to Fort Worth, Texas. To make sure that they came, my lawyer subpoenaed them when he found out that they wanted to come to put protection around their job. Now, I'm 17 going on 18, so of course my brain maturity, right? So I'm kind of developing brain maturity. So I'm looking and saying, man, why these 2 white women doing this? Now I'm starting to question shit that I've been taught, right? Man, why these white people doing this to me? And I'm telling them, I'm throwing up all this game. I'm telling these motherfuckers what I'm gonna do. Then I resent black men. Why they doing this? I don't trust these white women, and I resent these 2 motherfuckers. Why they put their, man, so as I'm sitting, listening to them talk about why I shouldn't go to prison, and the only thing they have to say is this kid got potential, y'all. They ain't got shit else to do. I ain't done nothing positive. I got my GED. I completed a 9-month chemical dependency treatment program on Dorm 8. The only 2 things I had done. I had spent 9 months in segregated lockdown in the GRU program. I was a gang leader. I was kicking off riots. So they had every reason to send me to prison, but here it is. Somebody is believing in me when I didn't believe in a motherfucking thing. I even stopped believing in mama's God. Here it is, I got these motherfuckers caring about me, but at this point, I don't care about nothing but the sex. The judge, Judge Jean Boyd, in her defense, she should have sent me to prison. But she was able to see in me what those people was describing. Your Honor, if we had more time to work with this young man, we think he could make a difference. So rather than her send me to prison, she looked at my mother and asked my mother, Miss White, are you asking for your son to be released? And my mother said no. Man, I looked at mama. Man, what? Mama know better. Mama said no. So they recommitted me, man, back into the custody of the Texas Youth Commission, where I stayed another 3 years. And let me just say this. I got an opportunity to face my victim's family. And they wrote me a letter. And they said, we forgive you. We forgive y'all. So to be forgiven, right? Something happened that day in that courtroom that I can't explain. I just know some change on the inside of me. For what those poor people done, or what that family had said to me. Right? Some change inside of me. So I couldn't go back and see that no more. Because something really changed inside of me. For one, I wasn't no bad kid, no way. I was just in pain. So what I realized is that there's no such thing as a bad kid. When I realized there's no such thing as a kid with a cold-blooded heart. I grew up with children who killed their mothers and their fathers. I grew up with children who stabbed their best friend 93 times. And we were still children. We still cried. So all that, you gotta condition your heart to be hard. And the kids don't have the wherewithal to do that. We was in pain. And the juvenile system gave us an outlet through therapies, through life stories, through offense cycles. I had to reenact my crime. I had to do psychodrama therapy where we was in a room with psychiatrists and we had to reenact this motherfucking crime. So you can tap into what empathy is. Not only do you reenact the crime, you gotta play the part of the victim. And when they cut them lights off and you down there playing the part of your victim so you can kind of feel what it's like to be victimized, say, homie, that's psychological shit, homie. And they knew what they were doing. They were really running this experiment program because remember, we're the first children in America, in Texas, to commit these violent crimes. And it was a wonderful program. It gave us everything we needed to come out here and be successful. So I'm the product of a good student.
What are you doing on your phone?
I'm sorry, I left a gentleman alone in my apartment, so I'm tracking him to make sure he leaves.
You're tracking him?
Yeah, I track everybody. If the NSA can do it, so can I. And he's gone. Sorry, what were you saying?
Opera GX is the world's first browser for gamers. It's an internet browser for gamers like you and me.
The hearing running late, the story almost too horrifying to imagine. The detective says that one of the girls admitted that the two of them took the metro here to Navy Yard with the intent of stealing a car. They encountered Muhammad Anwar, 66, not in his car, but in a Honda Accord. There was a bit of a struggle. Anwar got a hold of one of the girls' cell phones. The two girls were in the car. He was on the driver's side, trapped between the car and the driver's seat, the car door and the driver's seat. One girl says that the other girl jammed the car into gear and started swinging the wheel while Anwar, the Uber Eats driver, was trapped back there. The car hit something here. The door slammed into Anwar. Then the car spun around, took a hard right turn here on N Street, right by Nat Stadium, went up on two wheels. Anwar was thrown and crushed, and he died at the hospital. A fundraiser for Anwar has already collected thousands of dollars. He is a grandfather, 4 grandkids, 3 children, adults. His family says they are just devastated. This area has been plagued with violent carjackings, and just in the last few months since the beginning of the year, 23 juveniles have been arrested in the city in carjackings. It's got to stop. Near Nat Stadium, Bruce Leshan, WUSA 9. Yep.
Good evening from New York. I'm Chris Hayes. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp and other Republicans around the country who are working actively day in, day out to restrict voting access claim they are deeply offended that anyone would paint them with the same brush as Jim Crow. They say they're outraged their efforts have been labeled as racist voter suppression as they work to make it harder for people to vote in ways that will almost certainly disproportionately affect black voters.
Georgians will no doubt be soon overwhelmed with fancy TV ads, mailers, and radio spots attacking this common sense election reform measure. In fact, left-wing groups funded by out-of-state billionaires are already doing that now. According to them, if you support voter ID for absentee ballots, you're a racist. According to them, if you believe in protecting the security and sanctity of the ballot box, you're a, quote, Jim Crow in a suit and tie, end quote.
If Brian Kemp's goal over the last 24 hours is not to recall the worst aspects of racialized voter suppression, white supremacy, and the fight against democratic representation in the Jim Crow South, well, I gotta say, he's doing a very poor job of that. Last night, as you can see in this video, a black state representative named Park Cannon was arrested and then dragged out of the Capitol building because she had the temerity to knock on the door to the governor's office where he was signing the new bill restricting voting rights, hidden away from the public eye. Today, Governor Kemp was asked about what happened, and he claimed Representative Cannon had been violent.
As far as Representative Cannon, you'd have to question or ask the Georgia Department of Public Safety about, what happened there. It's unfortunate that a sitting state representative would actually stomp and kick a Georgia State Patrol officer.
Representative Park Cannon, an elected official who just tried to go into the room where the governor was signing a piece of legislation, is now facing a felony charge. Felony obstruction of law enforcement, as well as a misdemeanor preventing or disrupting General Assembly sessions or other meetings of members. Governor Kemp probably should have put some more thought into how he staged this whole thing, since he seems so sensitive to the optics. This is the picture the governor tweeted showing him signing the bill, surrounded by 6 white men. A picture that presumably was not intended to invoke Jim Crow in a state where about 30% of the population is black, and one party, the Republican Party, is nearly entirely white. And the backdrop there is really the pièce de résistance that also definitively should not evoke bad memories of the Old South. That painting there in the background, that is of a slave plantation in Wilkes County, Georgia, where at least 100 slaves owned by the Calloway family were first forced to toil over 56 acres of land. Earlier today, President Biden was asked what he thought about the new law, and he did not mince words.
It's an atrocity. The idea, if you want any indication that it has nothing to do with fairness, nothing to do with decency, they passed a law saying you can't provide water for people standing in line while they're waiting to vote. You don't need anything else to know that this is nothing but punitive, designed to keep people from voting. You can't